Alright, welcome back. So now that we've actually made a little bit of money, we're going to go, as you've seen, to this Hurston Magnolia Work Center, which is one of the new distribution center. So now that we've got a little bit of armor and we've got money, we're going to go for some guns and some money. This is actually pretty simple. We're actually not going to be here that long, other than a little exploring, which we'll kind of take a walk around. There's actually at least 2 security offices in here. Well, 2 sets of security offices, as you can actually loot P4 ARs, and I believe it's S38 pistols. And then after that, we're going to take them, we're going to sell them at Arkel 1, since Magini Point doesn't have a weapon shop. So you can actually call for a landing here. We're not going to. We're actually going to park right near the door. So that way it's, you go in the door, and right around inside the door is where the first set of security offices are. And this will actually set us up so that we'll be able to make some money in a couple of different ways. Obviously, we can continue to do delivery missions if we want, or we can do bunkers, for that matter. Bunkers typically start at about 15K, and they go up from there. Obviously, depending on the FPS on the server and so forth. If you're doing this solo, you want to stick to servers, or only do it on servers that are in the 5 to 6 frames per second. Anything 10 frames per second or higher, and you're looking at probably AI that's going to be a little damaging. Looks like we got a few other ships here, so hopefully we've actually got some weapons we can take. Side here, probably. Yep, there's what we're looking for. Somebody's got a cutlass right here. Park probably right behind that somewhere. That door right there is where we need to go in. Video where we basically fully explored the distribution center. Today we're just going to grab the guns, do a little walking around, and then bolt. Especially if there's other people here. And as enticing as that door being open on that cutlass red is, I think we're just going to forgo that today. It's kind of like an invitation to come in and see what you got. Make sure that we're closing our door after we power off our engines. We don't want to make the same mistake they did. A little less scrupulous would have actually found themselves a cutlass red right about now. Hoping we could just grab these off of here and in the inventory, but it looks like you pretty much have to grab them this way and store them, and then every 2 or 3 of them you got to take off and store them in the work center. Nicely, the distribution centers actually have a local inventory for the moment, so there's some more of those glitches. again, using that trick of moving something in your inventory so you can actually get something off your body. Alright, and these we can literally just hit Alt F and hold it, and then just store them in our backpack because they're just pistols. If I remember correctly, the ARs sell for about $2,300 at Arc L1. I believe the pistols actually sell for 400 something a piece. So 6 of them together, that's probably just under about 2,500, 2,700, something like that. Somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000. I'm actually going to go ahead and leave one of these equipped after I grab them all, just so I have a rifle. That should be able to get, there should be 2 sets of security offices like this. I should be able to get about 8 of those and 12 pistols off each one. Go ahead and equip that one and leave it on our backpack, so if we need it, we got it. And the same thing with these pistols, just store them all in your backpack. Part of the reason we grabbed this Arrow backpack. It'll store plenty. Alright, now that we've got all of those, let's go do a little exploring here. While we're on our way to the other one. I'm just going to go this way, just in case somebody decides to come driving down through. Obviously, if there's other people around here and they decide to go driving down through, they can overkill us, so we're not going to do that. Alright, through here to the other side. Remember what the outside of this looked like. Basically, it's same setup on the other side, probably. Same setup on this side. Quarters and all. And unfortunately, it looks like somebody beat us to this one. So we might have to be satisfied with 8 rifles and 12 pistols. Do a little running around just see if we can find anything else. I'm not going to go too crazy exploring here since I'm trying to keep the time down on this. What I understand, there's supposed to be some loot crates throughout here, but for So far, I haven't seen any. That'll be a need for a deeper dive, I guess. Now let's check up these stairs and see if we can find anything. Delivery. Guessing we must be able to do box deliveries here. Something up the ladder. Nothing up here either. And nothing. We'll just head back out of here. Find something else to look for. Here in the middle, maybe we'll find something. Nothing here. There's a number of these distribution centers they put in on Hurston and Micro Center or Microtech. Might have to explore them at some point. I'll do a little exploring, and maybe I'll do a video after I'm more familiar with it. Forgot to move the guns. Back up. Just keep in mind, if you get on somebody else's ship, like that guy that left this cutlass red open there, that's is trespassing, and they're perfectly authorized to shoot you at that point. let's get out of here. We'll jump to Arc L1 and sell these. Probably keep at least one.
Launch complete.
I actually went through one of these distribution centers another time, and I think I have a couple other ones back in the cheating point.
Landing gear.
Keep this one that's on us right now. Remember, there's 2 Secura Suns here. You want the Magnolia one if you're doing this. I have not been to the other one, so I'm not sure what's there. These are relatively new in 323. New map is worlds better than it used to be. Quantum still has a few issues here and there.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
And these would be some of these issues I was talking about. I should have a marker here to jump to, and for some reason it's not showing. Run into a situation like this, you can try to set it again, see if it shows up. We're going to try that now. If that doesn't work, then we'll probably cancel the current one. Yep, still nothing. Yeah, we'll probably need to cancel it. Doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen occasionally. Just like occasionally you won't be able to search for anything either. You'll have to actually go to the planet and then view and map from there. Yep, we're gonna have to cancel and reset it. These are just some of the quirks of the new system, so we just kind of deal with it for now until you get it straightened out more.
Quantum drive is
It's all fairly new. See, we have that Arc L1A, but there should actually be one for Wide Forest Station. It's not showing on this one for some reason. So we'll have to do it again. A little bit too far away to just keep flying. Fortunately, once you're close enough, everything's working right, it should pop up on there in the list. There we go.
Quantum drive is now on.
All right.
Quantum drive is now off.
Again, we're going to follow the same methods we have been. Once you get within about 5K, you can go ahead and switch over to SCM. And then when the pop-up shows saying you can actually request landing, you can go ahead and do that as well. You know, some of these stations, the pads or the hangars are on the outside ring. Some of them are on the inside. This just happens to be one of the ones on the outside. as compared to Bikini Point, which, as you've seen, are on the inside. Some of them actually have landing hangars underneath, kind of like down there below at the bottom of the windshield there. Although here they're usually for larger ships.
Landing gear down. Landing complete.
Because we did some quantum jumping, so I had to refuel here. Then same as usual, make sure you turn off your ship, make sure you close your doors when you walk away. There are some unscrupulous people in the game. Keep in mind, you have to move everything to the station because you cannot sell from the internal storage on the ship. You can sell from your backpack, you can sell from the station local inventory. Cargo is the rarity. You can actually, that one you can actually sell from the ship. Matter of fact, you pretty much have to right now. Back up to the lobby and over to the ESOP terminal to store the ship. Now there are landing pads on most of these stations that you don't have to call for a hangar for. But you cannot store your ship from there. At least not reliably. But you can typically, as long as they're open and you're the only ship on it, you can refuel and repair and rearm on it. Alright, off to the gun shop. Sell tab. Oh, looks like we're 2.4K here. Nice. Figure what, 2.4 times 7? As you can see, the money can add up pretty quick depending on what you're doing. Here we got these, and then we've got another 12 pistols to sell, or 11 or so. Fortunately, for some reason they do not sell here. What we're going to do is go out here, go around the corner. Nope, not that way. Over here, to the armor shop. See if we can sell them there. There we go. 440 apiece. Unfortunately, you pretty much have to sell these individually. Alright. That's not too bad. We made a little over 25 grand, not counting what we spent. See if they get anything better over here. And more grenades. Okay, so let's buy some grenades. Something to keep in mind, unless they've changed it, every item that's on your armor provides some protection, even grenades. So if you have 3 slots for grenades, fill all 3 slots with grenades. Sounds kind of silly. You think you'd shoot a grenade and it would blow up, but not in Star Citizen. Apparently, hundreds of years from now, they actually make grenades a little tougher. Go check the refinery and see if there's anything there we need, since we haven't been over here yet. I think one of the things I still need to get is a Cambria Light SRT attachment for the multi-tool, so we can actually scrape ships with it. You can actually use that to repair your ship, repair components, and you can sell it. And we're going to go ahead and grab a 1SCU container. We use that bunkers.
Good purchase.
Oh, we may use it bunkers. Alright, so they do not have... If they don't have it. Okay. We'll probably have to go back to Area 18 to get that. I'll do another short video on that at some point. Being able to actually go out and harvest that right off a panel, so it doesn't actually cost you anything but time and fuel. If I remember correctly, the small canisters from the salvage tool sell for 300 and some credits a piece. It doesn't seem like a lot. You get 50 or 100 of those little canisters, which you can easily do when you're dealing with panels, and it starts to add up in a hurry when you consider 1 SCU of RMC sells for, I think, 16 grand or something like that. Alright, so now that we're done here, go ahead and jump on the ship, get the crate out, and then head back to Genie Point.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle select. Your vehicle has been. Please visit us again.
Yeah, I think this server might be having issues. Between the con of jumping and now the elevator, it might be on its last legs. Get up in here and close the door, and we'll go ahead and drop that crate in here. Alrighty then, where's my crate? Well, let's check outside, see if it put it out there for some reason. And there it is. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing tractored in. And apparently it's not going to let me do it here. Just keep in mind, bugs like this happen. There's usually workarounds most of the time, because theoretically you're supposed to be able to use a tractor beam when you're on your ship, even in the hangars. A lot of times it'll glitch. You can try putting it away, getting it back out. Sometimes removing it, putting it in your backpack, and then rearming it. In this particular case, we will... Yep, still not going to happen. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually lift the ship off the ground a little bit and angle it back towards there. And we'll stand fully inside the cargo area and pull it up in. Alright. third-person view on your ship or in FPS is usually F4. And you can use your mouse usually to move around, like change your view. Alright, let's go see if we can get this in here. Number 5 key on your keyboard is what you use to actually pull out your utility. 4 is actually a med pen. 2 should be a rifle. 1 should be handguns. And I'll be honest, I don't remember what 3 is. Alright, let's try removing this and putting it back on the armor and see what happens. There we go. There's always a way to work around it usually. Another thing to quote note, notice how that lit up when I put the crate over there. So most of the time your cargo grid should do that, unless it bugs out. That's particularly known to happen in salvage ships like the Vulture. At times this salvage or the cargo grid just quits working. So if we can actually work our way up to a Vulture at some point, maybe we'll go over that. So, but this will actually, having that crate will actually set us up to do bunkers, because you can take it in with you and actually load up any armor and weapons, which we'll cover in another episode very likely. Bunkers are one of those things that's probably better to do with a buddy. But depending on how good you are at FPS, theoretically you could do it solo if you wanted to. Alright. Again, like normal, landing gear down until we get out of the hangar.
Landing gear up.
Alright, heading back to Bajiti. Yeah, well, that's my fault. I hit scan. The jump. I actually have B set as my button to jump, and on my joysticks I have it set up to actually switch to between SCM and nav mode.
Quantum drive is now.
Just because B was always engaged the jump previously. B, on the other hand, is scan mode. So I usually recommend go ahead and work with the keybinds the way they are. Get used to them. Getting used to them to make changes as you need to. And then, of course, once you throw in joysticks, whether it be a HOTUS or a HOSA setup, then all bets are off and you're basically changing things anyway. The nice thing about Star Citizen is you have separate keybinds setups for keyboard, mouse, and joystick. Obviously, you'll see for me, it's basically just habit to start pinging when I come out of quantum to if you actually look at this station, you'll notice the bumps there where the lights are coming off. Those are hangars, technically. But this is actually the underside of the station. That's how you can tell. And since Bajini Point has the hangars on the interior ring, you have to pretty much fly through the center or go around the outside and over to the top of it. So I usually just fly through the center. Another thing to keep in mind, Alt and C is your cruise control. Sometimes you'll actually turn your cruise control off and it'll still stay there. Just tap your stick or your acceleration or whatever you're using for acceleration. Usually that'll fix it.
Landing gear down. Landing complete. Engines offline.
Same as usual. Turn off the engines. Close the door when you're done. It's good just to make sure the crates are actually working properly. There you go. You'll see it shows as external. So that's an additional storage capability there. Even if your internal ship storage gets maxed out, you can use that. However, you still cannot sell from the crate any more than you can from the ship inventory. And then as you've seen earlier, you probably don't want to take that crate out in a hangar. Leave that in the ship all the time. Hopefully someday they'll have a way where we can put it back in inventory. Well, obviously when 323.2 comes out, we will. Just put it in the cargo elevator.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Alright, and that's going to wrap up this episode of the New Player's Guide. You have any questions or comments? Give me a holler.